Oh, you can scream all you like, Bellman. I'm the only officer on patrol. And all the other vermin are at work. Besides, a bit of a struggle makes it even better.
What the hell are you doing?
Merely proving a point, Governor. Look at her. I told you she was faking.
Peel away 40 years of wrinkles and 2 husbands, and you'll see a station manager's young wife in northwestern New South Wales in the 30s.
Mullins. Maggie Mullins. I don't believe it.
Oh, you better believe it, you bugger.
Oh, Maggie.
Roger, I thought you were ill at home.
Mr. Grimmins, no, there was a dental appointment, actually.
Well, I don't know what I said to you, but you look as though you promised to whip the lot out.
No, nothing like that. No, it was tomorrow, and I thought it was today. I got the days mixed up.
Are you sure you're okay?
Me, I'm fine. Yeah. Now, a trip to the dentist always puts me in a bit of a state, even when it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Well, look, I better make a move, Mr. Grimmins, because I promised my wife I'd pick a few things up on the way home. So.
Right, I'll see you back at the bank later, then.
Yes.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? 45 years.
You don't look a day over 25.
God, you haven't changed a bit, you old bugger. You're always some bull artist.
Bluey always said you were the prettiest thing for 500 miles. Oh, except for me, of course.
God, even a goanna would look good after all those years of staring at the sheep. Good old Blue. He was always a real mate to me.
Those were good years.
Yeah. Do you ever sit and think about what you'd have done if your time was to come over again?
Well, I wouldn't get married, for starters. Nothing like a husband for ruining a girl's fun.
Sometimes I think I've wasted my life.
Oh, then you must have changed. Oh, you didn't waste much time with those shearers.
No. We were a couple of goers, weren't we?
And who'd have thought then that we'd end up sitting in a prison cell like 2 old ducks? Almost worth getting arrested for.
God, you must have been bowled over when you found out what you were carrying.
Oh, come on, honey. Well, I may be old, but I haven't lost my marbles.
Do you mean that you knew it was drugs?
Well, I didn't exactly inquire, but, well, I figured it had to be drugs or diamonds or something. You don't get paid a small fortune for toting old newspapers round the world.
But heroin!
I know, the hard stuff, but... Well, I didn't know, did I? Packed away before they gave me the van. All I could think of were those greenbacks and tropical nights in the Riviera.
Maggie Mullins, you always did live in a dream world, but I didn't think you'd ever be taken for a sucker. Bee'll have your guts for garters. She hates anything to do with drugs.
Oh, she'll just think I was an old lady led up the garden path.
I hope so. If she finds out that you knew, you'll be wishing that you were back in Tallahassee.
Oh, Tallahassee, honey. Oh, you haven't changed a bit.
You bloody beauty.
Not bad for 5 minutes work.
Yeah, a couple of these a week and I'll be able to retire. Or at least stay pissed for a couple of days.
Hey. And the rest.
Right, now let's get our butts out of here. Hop on, I'll take you home.
No, I don't reckon you and me should be seen together for a while.
Okay, I'll catch you later. Now get rid of this.
Yeah, well, you just stay cool, all right?
Sounds great coming from you.
Oh, do I need this? I feel as though I haven't stopped all day.
Probably because you haven't.
Well, I'm just a bit depressed after that court business. Well, what's been happening with Tracy?
She's been given a light sedation.
God, it must have been a terrible shock to her to find out she could walk after all she's been through.
Yeah, it'll be an even bigger shock to her when she realises that her paralysis won't wash with the court anymore.
I am sure they will take her whole mental state into account. She certainly wasn't trying to fool anyone with the paralysis. It was mental trauma brought on by the car accident.
Yeah. Which took an even bigger trauma to cure.
Think we could have been wrong about her and Bowman?
Oh, perhaps. There's no harm done, is there?
On the contrary. Perhaps it's made Mrs. Reynolds have second thoughts about a star pupil. First Smith, then Bowman. Whenever there's trouble, Joni's name keeps cropping up.
Hey, everybody. I want you all to meet somebody real special. This is me old mate, Maggie May Mullins.
Kennedy.
Oh, Maggie May Kennedy. She's going to be working with us, and so you'll all get to know her really well. Now,
Pleased to meet you.
that's the press over there, and that's me very best mate, B.
Yeah, we have met. Howdy.
She ought to be in a home, not the slammer. You'd think they give them a break when they're that old. What do you mean, old? I'm nearly her age if I'm a day.
Oh, that's what getting on does to a girl. She used to swear she was older than me.
Well, who is oldest then?
She is. So where'd you two ducks meet up, anyway? Oh, we met in the early 30s, didn't we, love? I used to cook on her husband's station. Every shearing season for 5 years. God, we used to get up to drink and wet.
But you've been living in the States, haven't you?
Sure, ever since the war.
What's it like over there?
Oh, can't wait to get back there. And with a little bit of luck, I shall soon be drinking martinis in Manhattan.
How'd you figure that?
Well, my lawyer's working on it. We hope to get an extradition order.
Oh, but you've only just come home.
Oh, I love you too, honey. But that's where all my family is.
That'll be a whole lot better for your health, too.
Honey. Well, how are you feeling? I've spoken to Sister Kelly.
What did she say?
Well, you're to undergo various tests. But in the meantime, she's going to give you a series of exercises to strengthen your legs. Hey, are you sure you're okay? Is there anything I can get you?
I really believed it. I wasn't trying to fool anyone. I really thought I was crippled.
Well, in your own mind, you were crippled.
Yeah. And I killed a man for crippling me when it was just my mind playing tricks.
Well, that's all in the past now.
Is it? I've got to live with myself knowing that I killed him for nothing.
Hiya, sis.
Oh, Maxine. I thought it might be Roger. I'm so worried. What is it?
Money. What does it look like? $2,000, that's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Look, just give it to Roger and don't ask any questions. Well, go on, take it. He's probably gone back to the bank now that his plans are screwed up.
Oh, Maxine. You didn't...
Look, just tell the stupid idiot to keep out of things he can't handle next time, okay?
Don't worry. I think Roger knows he wasn't born to be a criminal. I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean that.
Ah, forget it. I've been called worse things than that.